Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life mad. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell niggas who's not happy. And I'm not saying Dame isn't happy. He got his ranch, he got his family, or whatever. But I know Dame. Dame could be this happy, but I know the happy he want to be. I know the $100-200 million happy Dame want to be. I know that nigga. I would say he's satisfied, pause.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now.
Every podcaster now seems, mostly, they used to be Roc-A-Fellas. So Joe Budden was a Roc-A-Fella. N.O.R.E was a Roc-A-Fella. Cameron was a Roc-A-Fella.
We've been through a recession. We've been through a pandemic. Y'all see the tax problems I have?
Stop it. Get some help.
Welcome back, and what's good? This is the Furious Robinson podcast, and I'm your host, Furious, your curator of conversation, wordsmith aficionado, voted most likely to be trending down the timeline. Hit the like button early, drop a comment, sub to the channel. This is a Sick Times Media production. You see the planes. So I got to get into it early because I've been seeing and understanding what's going on. So I have to start with a little bit of Dame Glaze. Yes, no pause. No pause. I'm not pausing anything in this video. Salute to Dame because he's one of the founders and creators of Roc-A-Fella Records, of Jay-Z, of Joe Budden, of N.O.R.E, of Cam. He's created a lot of moguls in real time. And as these moguls have elevated, Dame has somewhat plateaued, but that goes unsaid. His work ethic right now with America New is amazing. Dame Dash is living comfortably on the Dusko Ranch. He's good. He's running his family office. So at the end of the day, Dame can do no wrong in the eyes of hip hop culture. So we got to give him his flowers early. And sometimes the worst heartbreak isn't from a woman. It's from the men you built up, only to watch them leave you in the dust. Dame Dash is living proof. Once the loudest voice in the Roc-A-Fella boardroom, now he's shouting into the void, challenging 50 Cent to $1 million TV at battle, and crying foul when Cameron links with someone else. But here's the ugly truth. When everyone around you says they love you, yet none of them will throw a life raft, maybe it's not love. Maybe it's just pity.
But I know that I'm probably the most influential person in every person's life that talks about me. And I love all of y'all. No problems. Every podcaster now seems, mostly, they used to be Roc-A-Fellas. So Joe Budden was a Roc-A-Fella. N.O.R.E was a Roc-A-Fella. Cameron was a Roc-A-Fella. I used to manage Children of the Corn that Mace was in. And I tried to sign Gilly, but, you know, niggas stopped it. They're all Roc-A-Fella. It's like the Roc-A-Fella podcast. And now Bleak. And again, Bleak, you too. You know, we made a deal. You were going to stop talking about me, but you still say your little slick shit. It's cool. I love you. But you're working hard. I see you really out there hustling. You and me know both. If you hustled this hard back then you wouldn't have to be hustling this hard now. Instead of talking about homeboy, I believe we'd be talking about you. Same thing with Cam, same thing with Joe Budden, same thing with N.O.R.E. But now everyone's retired from rapping professionally, and now they're all doing talk shows.
So let me just break this down because Dame Dash is shooting kind of crazy on this one. He said, yo, if y'all boys would have worked a little bit harder back then, Memphis, Bleak, N.O.R.E, Joe Budden, Cam, if y'all would have put in the work, y'all would have been homeboy. Homeboy being Jay-Z. Dame Dash won't say that name because he doesn't want to wake up those demons. And this is kind of crazy to me because he's essentially calling these men Wendy Williams. In real time, he's saying, yo, y'all have these talk shows, and he's essentially big timing them, saying the podcast and respecting the lick. So when I look at Dame continue to be arrogant, continue to sit on this hill of the Dusko Ranch and his family office and owing $20 million in taxes, When is someone going to hold him accountable? When are the people that love him going to actually give him real advice? Because I noticed that trend. When any of these men speak on Dame, they give him a lot of grace early. They glaze early. They lay it on heavy so that way they can get out their real opinions. So I just assume that Dame needs a yes man around him in order to function. And as I dive deep into this video, stick around because I'm looking at it a multitude of ways. You have 50 Cent copping the rights to Paid in Full. Yes, he grabbed it up. He said, yo, Cameron, can you assist me? Can you come partner with me to build out this story in real time? Because I love to see this. I love to see two black men getting it out of the mud. This is how you get it out of the mud. You take classic stories. I got to give it to Dame. Paid in Full is a classic. But what 50 Cent is going to do to it, masterclass. If it's anything like the first season of Power, if 50 Cent put that first season of Power type sauce on this Paid in Full remake, oh, Dame going to be punching air in real time. I know I have the rights to Paid in Full, and I'm developing it into a premium TV show. If you like The Godfather of Harlem, you're gonna love this. Cam set to executive produce alongside me. If you want in, get at him and I'm out the country. 50 Cent is in his bag, shooting right now in another country for Street Fighter. That's how you collect the coin. That's how you essentially level up in real time. You cop the rights to another man's masterpiece. If you really that petty, you cop his masterpiece and now you're gonna make it yours. And that's why Dame Dash is hating. Dame literally challenged 50 to $1 million TV app battle. That's not power. That's desperation. Why would 50, who owns the pipeline to Stars, ABC, Netflix meetings, ever pass his Rolodex to Dame? Anything Dame Dash touches goes to shit. I'm sorry.
No one's trying to disrespect you. We're trying to show you love. But you keep coming at everybody. If you got beef with one person, you're supposed to keep that beef with one person. You got beef with everybody around him. People that's just, you became the lame yash.
If I'm your mans and I know you're not really going to take care of the plug like you need to, why would I then hand you my resources? Now I'm going to be moved out the circle. If my inner circle is tight, I got connections with ABC, Netflix, Stars, Lionsgate, whoever I'm connected to. Why would I say, yo, let me bring Dame Dash into the fold based off his 2000s? Come on, brother. We got to stop the madness and wake up.
I'd like to see you pass some resources, just for the ones that deserve it, because you know what it is to be thorough. You know what it is for people to try to blackball you, but you do have the support. But imagine if you didn't have that support. And let's not have them celebrating the fact that we tear each other down. But let's make them scared because they know instead of you working and helping them tear people down from our culture, you're actually uplifting us. And you used all your experiences to do that. If it's you, then let it be you.
And this is tough to watch because Dame Dash is living proof that I can love you, but from very far away. Like all of these men, Cameron, Joe, N.O.R.E, 50, they love him, but they're giving him grace by just letting him speak into the void. You're no longer the loudest voice in the Roc-A-Fella boardroom. That's just not a thing anymore, but people still respect that accolade. That is like an Olympic gold medal in the sense of hip hop, Roc-A-Fella Records. So I understand. So I got to give Dame some grace. I got to give him his flowers maybe every 15 to 20 minutes just so I don't seem biased in the video, because it seems to me that if nobody wants to pass you a plug, if nobody's looking to extend a hand and they don't want to give you that life raft, maybe you don't need it. Maybe it's your time to sink or swim. This is a pity party. They feel, and I think right now the culture is looking at Dame in a sad and down bad way, because you can't really explain to me logically why he's living on a ranch in Wyoming, why he owes upwards of $20 million in taxes, why he's being sued by multiple people, with one of the balances being $800K for defamation. Some of these things do not make sense. He's also just recently filed for bankruptcy. So why and how he has the time to speak on Cameron and essentially 50 Cent being his boss, and in Dame's words, aka his daddy, is sick work.
How much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
Dame Dash, nobody is falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Nobody is falling for these antics and gimmicks. It seems to be, and this is just my POV, so take it how you want it. He's clout chasing. He's saying everyone's name to garner attention to America New. And that's dope. I get it. But this is a nasty way to move to me. If you essentially call out men for being chatty patties, the new term is Wendy Williams. If you acting like a Wendy Williams, bruh, we can't respect it. Dame Dash is in his Wendy Williams bag. Why does he continue to bring these men's name up? Cameron woke it up about the whole situation with N.O.R.E, so let's just get right into the clip.
This started with Dame Dash mad at me or whatever, and I love Dame. I don't have a problem. Because look, let's go to how he got here. I didn't promote the movie and all that. Dame calls me one day and be like, yo, me and 50 going back and forth. I see you seen him. How you gonna let him pat you on the pockets like that? He pat you in the pockets. I said, Dave, you crazy, man. He said, yo, me and him going back and forth. You mind if I mention that? I said, nah, go ahead. Instead of him saying what he told me on the phone, he said, yeah, and Kim let 50 Cent smack him on the ass. What kind of grown man let another nigga smack him on the ass? I don't like that, Cam. Oh, that's smacking on the ass. Word? That's what so now niggas is just randomly smacking me on the ass. He said, what do you do when a big strong nigga just comes and smacks you on the ass? Next thing, he's on another podcast talking about somebody asks him, you feel like your artist should take better care of you because they're up and it seems like you're going through financial trouble or whatever. They should look out. And then the interviewer says, you know, Kanye, Jay-Z, Rachel Roy. Stops at Rachel Roy. And Dave says, Cam. So you're throwing me in there, pause, and nobody even asked about me. Cool. Then I say what I say. He says I'm trying to diss him and come out. Bro, Dame, I'm never dissing you, bro, ever. All I'm saying is that you had wild bread and to me, you mismanaged your money. This, that, and the third. And bro, I'm not going to say never. I never had, I should say, 200 million at one time. Period.
We have to be real at some point in time. $200 million liquid is an astronomical number to fumble and flop in real time. Damon Dash somehow figured out a way to do that. And now people are holding him slightly accountable. They're not even really holding him that accountable. They're just saying what's out in the open. You seem to be broke. You seem to be unhappy. Please just keep our names out of your mouth. But Dame is clout chasing. This tycoon, this self-proclaimed mogul is now essentially the proverbial Wendy Williams, the chattiest patty on the internet.
He's beefing, you know, I don't want to spend the rest of my life mad. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell niggas who's not happy. And I'm not saying Dame isn't happy. He got his ranch, he got his family, or whatever. But I know Dame. Dame could be this happy, but I know the happy he want to be. I know the $200 million happy Dame want to be. I know that nigga. I would say he's satisfied, pause. Happy?
This is a masterclass in waking it up. Yes, when people are happy, they stay out of the way. Dame is unhappy. I can call it out in real time because you can see it. If you're living a life, you have a multitude of luxury homes, cars, watches, and women. You're traveling around with the finest of European things, eating the most freshest of Italian pastas. You're at Soho House in London. You at Soho Farmhouse. You doing it very luxurious. And now you're somewhere in Wyoming on the Dusco Ranch, 20 million in the hole.
My pride is in my children. Like, look what I'm doing right now. Look at my son. I taught my son never to have a boss. He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies.
When you move with this type of bravado, when you move with this level of arrogance, what do you expect? We got to get to a larger point here. Ego is the enemy and it's always going to kill your business. That's a fact. You can't treat people any way you want. That's just not the time we live in. We live in a time now where you have to say things so proper and so perfect and so nice, and you got to put a pillow under it, and then you got to make sure you tuck them in. It's coddling, and I get it. I understand Dame's POV. He doesn't want to be that person, but at the end of the day, you have to adapt. Dame Dash does not want to adapt to the times. People do not respect the things that you say if you make them feel like dog shit. That's just logical. So you can't essentially speak to people however you like and think they're going to move for you. That's not how life works. And I understand Joe Budden's point of calling it out and saying, yo, Dame, I was on Roc-A-Fella for a hot second. Please don't add me to your shenanigans online.
Dame said that all of the hot podcasters are Roc-A-Fella podcasters. Right. But he was lamenting that. He was basically saying that, like, we had this hot thing going on, and instead of having these artists who are pushing the culture and advancing the culture and laughing at the journalists and laughing at the media, now y'all have become the media. Y'all become the media. We're talking about Cam, Mace, him, N.O.R.E. I thought all of y'all were rock stars, not chatty little bitches. I want to let Dame know when I try not to support America New. You got to start with that. Support Dame shit. America New. Go check it out. Now that that's out the way, Dame has to stop. Hey, leave me out of all that. Whatever you're doing. My name should have nothing to do with that. I was Roc-A-Fella for 79 seconds. And I keep it a secret. It's not something that I run around promoting or I'm proud of. I ain't released an album on Roc-A-Fella. I ain't put a song out on Roc-A-Fella. Did you get a rock chain? I didn't get a Roc-A-Fella chain. I didn't get a Roc-A-Fella cup of coffee. That's a spanky. No, I didn't. I didn't get a Roc-A-Fella penny. A Roc-A-Fella podcast. Are you crazy, Dave? Picked me up when he said that shit. Niggas just be dropping my name and shit that has nothing to do with me. Please.
And it's getting spooky outside for Dame. He needs a life raft badly. I understand and I get it. You got to give Dame his flowers while you simultaneously distance yourself. That's the love. The love that these gentlemen show, essentially the Roc-A-Fella tree. They don't know this guy, Dame. They love him from a distance. So to me, this isn't about money because Dame might be up 1 to 2 million somewhere in some offshore account, living on the Dusco Ranch, getting a great meal from a chef from the finest cattle out in Wyoming. That's dope.
Bison are like built like dinosaurs. Pause.
But when you think about the life that you could have had, when you have these regrets, when you look at the past and you say, I should have done things differently, my opinion is that Dame is going to have a hard time facing that person in the mirror. The way I see people talk about him in the space, I can tell they know so much about Dame and they're just letting it rock. They're essentially saying, yo, I'm gonna let you do your thing. You can bring my name up, but just keep it respectful. I see you're pushing your American New brand. I see you kind of chasing clout. Just keep it light when it comes to my name, because when you build out such a great foundation, Roc-A-Fella Records, and now you're somewhere doing weekly podcasts and essentially being a hypocrite, because I'm looking at Dame like Wendy Williams. Every week I got a Dame video. Why? Because he won't stop potting. But I gracefully digress. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who's going to give Dame that life raft? Is it going to be Joe Budden, the $20 million man? N.O.R.E, who has given up on Drink Champs and is somewhere on a yacht? 50. who just bought the rights to Paid in Full? Or is it going to be Cam? He can hang out with Mace and Stat Baby. Who knows? You let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button for the algorithms. This is a Sick Times Media production. Stay dangerous.